Welcome to this very unique edition of the Wayback Tech, and we're going to be doing something never done on this channel before, and that is do some work on my Camaro. So, guy figured that since we're all in this coronavirus stuff and other people are locked down, I'm not really, but government's giving free money, I figured, hey, let's throw some of it at the car. So, the fellow thought that he'd go ahead and redo some of the engine stuff he did a few years ago, and well, took the heads off and cleaned them up and got new head gaskets, and going to lower the compression a little bit on the motor. It was running 10.7. I thought it was running just a little bit too much compression. You know, aluminum heads is a 400 small block, 64cc flat tops, gapless rings, Speed Pro pistons, skirted, all that fun, good, interesting stuff. So I got a thicker head gasket, and that should drop the compression down to about 10.2 is what I figured. I've also got a couple other carburetors we're going to mess with down the road. I got another intake manifold. Just went with a standard Performer, Edelbrock Performer spread bore, because those are a lot of fun to play with too. I have an air gap on here right now, and it works, I guess. It's okay. But I'd like to get a little bit better hood clearance, and I think for this application, which is just, driving around the streets, I think that air gap is probably not giving enough volume for low-end torque. So that's what we're going to try to fix on here. But right now I'm trying to get out at least half of the heater box, because that's in the way on these cars. When you're running headers, that's just a big frickin' mess over there to deal with that whole heater AC box thing sticking out. So we just kind of took that out of there, at least half of it. But GM was kind enough to do, so it's like you got the AC unit in the middle, the coil. You got the two halves on there, okay, and there's screws, bolts, or whatever to hold the thing together. The whole thing's fiberglass. And on mine, it got broke years ago. Putting the engine in with the headers on it, it broke it up anyway, so it's worthless to me. GM decided to do all the bolts as 10 millimeter, except the one down at the bottom. So that's what I'm working on, and there's a bolt right back in there, down in there. It's not a 10 millimeter, it's a 7/16. Good job, GM. So that's that. I'm gonna get that, at least that's just gonna be gone. The other half is gonna remain for now, because the blower motor goes up under the fender. They do make a couple options. One, just a block off cover to eliminate the blower fan and all that stuff. And there is another one they make that actually covers that up but retains the blower fan. People want $150 for that, and that's a lot of money. So unfortunately, the non-AC cover is a different shape, and it's $50. So I might actually buy that and just see, because the hole right here is a little bit different, but I'm not exactly sure. I can't really tell from the pictures how much different it is. So I might just buy one of those for $50 and make it work with some modification of duct tape or sheet metal or fiberglass. I don't know. But for now, I'm just going to run that as it is. I might duct tape it off for now until I figure out what I'm going to do. But now's the time to get that off, because the head is also in the way of some of the bolts. Now, I actually did at some point, I think it was either me or someone else, but that bottom bolt down there is gone already. So there was an attempt made at some point to take that out. But that'll at least free up some space to get the new headers in there, which are ceramic coated. I was running just some chromies, and my God, do those things get hot. So running a set of coated headers, and that will be a lot better for temperatures. So that's where we're at right now with the engine. I've got the heads sitting inside the truck still. So I'm going to have a look at this real quick. So There's the pistons. I've only put maybe 50 miles total on this engine since I built it, so like 8 years ago. And one of the things I've learned since then was that I actually did do it right, but these steam holes right here, they're supposed to be drilled out of a new head, but this one is the one that's important. This one is not, because this is actually already opened up here. And this is the one on the head that you got to get at an angle and you got to go like this, and I wasn't going to do that. It's just too much. That's a lot of risk. And the one guy, old machinist guy that's got a video on YouTube 10 years ago said, you don't need to drill out this top one because it's already opened up. And I'm looking at this block and I'm like, yeah, this is the head bolt right here. The water jacket actually goes up. So this isn't being restricted at all. But this one down here is. And these ones are easy to drill out in the head, and I already did that years ago, so that wasn't an issue. But the compression is what I think was the issue. At least that's kind of what I'm going with right now. I'm also going to change the cam too. I've got a Lenati Voodoo. It's like a 60103 cam in this thing. So I'm going to change that for an Energizer that I had in my other engine that was in this car before. I'm going to swap those cams and see what happens. Well, let's see if we can get that guy out, at least in this video. And then maybe we'll slap the heads on. I needed to get that done before Guy gets the heads back on. So let's get that done here, I guess. Not really any good place to set you guys, unfortunately. Wasn't exactly planning to do a video on this right now, but I guess we'll do that. So these things are awesome. 40-50 bucks for these rechargeable lithium-ion impact wrenches. Wish I had these 10 years ago when I did all this stuff originally. Makes quick work out of nasty bolts like that. So let's see if I get this last chunk out of here, because that should be the last bolt holding that guy on right there. Of course, we're just going to, bust the cake this up, because I don't really give a shit. And I also like to glue it to the firewall, too, to seal things out. So, at least I think I got all the bolts out right there. Nope, there's one more right there. There is one more right there. And it feels like a 10. Yeah, almost lost y'all. So let's find out if it really is a 10 down here. And it is. All the bolts are 10 millimeter, except for one. Now, isn't that cute? Isn't that just cute? And there we go. Now I always save these because you never know when they come in handy for other things to mount. And there's the remaining little bit. That box. And let's see, this should just pop out of here. And it did. All right. Cool. Okay, I've got that out of there, and this flap right here, in case anybody wonders, okay, I saw people asking questions about this on YouTube, other YouTube videos. This flap, the heater system in these cars is vacuum actuated. This flap diverts cold air or heated air through your duct, because there's your heater core right there. Okay, that's what that's for. So right now we're in the cold position. There's also a flap up here under the cowl, and that's what gives you your fresh air. You get fresh or recirculated air. That's what does that. It's a flap. Now, a clever person could probably figure out a way to put a filter up there. That'd be a good idea, to keep crap that just fell out of that thing out of the car in the first place. So now you can see all that delicious space a guy has to work on now, and makes things a lot easier to deal with. Now I got to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of this mess, but I'm going to leave that until I decide which way I'm going to go for a cover plate. Now, I was thinking about just doing a heater delete. I still may do that actually, because I don't plan on driving this car in the wintertime. I don't plan on driving this car at any time that the weather is going to be questionable. However, you always do have that once in a while chance, because models are what they are, that even though they say it's going to be a nice sunny day and no weather, you could have a freak hailstorm or something like that, and then without a heater, guy ain't going to be able to see out his windshield. So we'll just have to maybe think about that one. The other thing too about these cars is when they had the non-AC version of the car, the heater core is also different, and the heater core also the coolant pipes for the heater core actually come out more over in this area than over there. So it is kind of a benefit to have it going over there, because it is also a pain in the butt to have them coming out over there and taking up space. But I'm glad to have that out of the way. Frees up all kinds of stuff. And I don't really see why maybe I couldn't even make a plate to go right there, because this half is fine still. If I could make something that just went at an angle, just enough of an angle to, make a little duct right there. Maybe I'll have to draw something up for that. Get out my not so good sheet metal skills and beat something out. All right, let's go ahead and start getting the heads on, I think, here. That's going to be the next plan of attack, I think. There just really isn't a whole lot of good places to set the phone so I can videotape all of this. So hopefully it doesn't just take a dump and break the screen. So I'm going to give this a last wiping here before the new gaskets go on. Now I already sanded that flat. I know it's flat. So we've got new expensive Pro gaskets going on here. These are, what are these things called? Permatorque MLS. These are some fancy things. They're like multi-layer, and they're black, and they're like really cool looking and stuff. And it even tells you which side is top, and so you know like which side to put them on. And so it's really cool like that. Let's just see how these fit. Hopefully they fit over the dowel pins, which they kind of do. Yep. Oh, they fit beautifully on there. That's gonna look and work really nice. It's the thing I always found funny about these fancy roller rockers, is that you don't get to see them after you put them in the engine. You don't get to see all this cool stuff. And there's a company that makes clear valve covers. They want like $400 for them things. Not even $500, I think, actually, with shipping. And that's just a little too much. I'd like to have them. I would definitely like to have them, but that's just not in my budget. There's a lot of things you can spend $500 on that'll be good for your motor. Once you get these things over the dowel pins, they just don't want to come back off, do they? It is definitely a tight fit. Okay, give that a wipe real quick here. Well, I tell you what, torquing bolts is definitely not for the faint of heart, especially when you got a lot of them things to do. We're just done the heads. A lot of fun. So I had to, this is the next day, I had to get a special, well, The socket arrangement that I was trying to use, just it was either too long or not long enough. So I went and got a deep 1/2 inch, which is what these bolt heads take, a 12 point. And I used one of my little extensions on the 1/2 inch torque wrench, and that got me around over to here. Those back bolts back in there on either side, that's what had to get just enough clearance to get this over the head, like so. Yeah, where is it at here? Where am I at here? Somewhere down in there. I had to get around just enough, get around there. So that did that. Whew, that's a lot of fun. So it's a lot of fun in the neighborhood. We got that done. Now it's time for the rest of it, and I'm going to get I gotta pull the radiator out and take the water pump, all that fun stuff off. I already took the alternator out of it, and so I can pull that camshaft. So that's going to be the fun thing. We'll save that for the next video, guys. We'll just do this a little bit at a time. All right, guys, stay tuned. Peace out, everyone. Woo! This stupid thing would work with my gloves. Whew, peace out.